no beating around the bush. We know who the teams are, we know what the stakes are, now we just need to know what bets to make. So before you invest that hard-earned paper, let's really dig into both the spread and the total, then I'll hook you up with my picks for Super Bowl 51. Let's start with the spread where the Patriots opened as a 3-point favorite. Now that number is bound to fluctuate depending on what sportsbook you use, so let's add a point to both sides and look at the teams when facing a spread in the 2 to 4 point range. As a 2 to 4 point favorite, the Patriots have been a team to fade in recent seasons as they've gone just 4-9 straight up and ATS in their last 13 games in that spot. They've also dropped 3 straight in the playoffs when favored by that many. And that's about it for the bad news for New England though, as they've been absolute money over the last 2 months as they covered the spread in 7 straight games with an average win margin of almost 19 points. There's no doubt that the Falcons have really hit their stride after manhandling the Seahawks and extinguishing the fire that was Aaron Rodgers. This will be the first time that they enter a game as an underdog since November 13th, and Atlanta backers have hit the jackpot with their team as an underdog as they've gone an amazing 20-7 against the spread in their last 27 games when getting points. Yes, indeed, these birds can bark, and it gets even better when you look at their underdog record in that 2 to 4 point spread range, as they haven't just covered in 7 straight in that spot, they also won each of those games outright. In terms of average win margin, the Dirty Birds are on a 6-game win streak where they've won by an average of 19.6 points. With the total hovering in the 58.5 point range, the highest in Super Bowl history by the way, bettors will be interested to know that the Pats and Falcons have combined to score 30 or more points 23 times this season. New England has been on an absolute tear, averaging 36.5 points over their last 4 games, but the Falcons have been better, averaging 39 points over their last 6. With the game being played indoors at NRG Stadium, I like the high scoring to continue, so I'll be betting the over. And now for the main event, my pick to win and cover. We have 2 incredibly dominant teams with most of the focus being on the offenses, but one thing that's being vastly overlooked is the Falcons' defense that's improved dramatically over the course of the season. During their 6-game win streak, they've allowed an average of just 19.3 points, which is a far cry from the 27.6 they allowed in their first 6 games of the season. The Patriots' defense, on the other hand, hasn't faced an offense this good all season and are slightly overrated in my books. In a high-scoring game, I expect the underdog Falcons to make a few extra stops on defense and not just cover the spread, but also win outright in a close game. To stay up to date with all of our Super Bowl coverage, just hit the read more button below. Don't forget to follow us on social media for all your odds and betting info, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Enjoy Super Bowl 51, and as always, keep chasing that paper.